nobody can talk to you without talking about Fawlty Towers, because...
Fawlty.
But, yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things, I'm sure, for the whole audience here, everyone's seen every episode. It's amazing to think you only made 2 series. It's such an iconic thing within...
Well, Connie and I wrote it together, and we used to spend 6 weeks on each episode, which is unheard of in the world of television. Most people spend maybe 10 days on an episode. Sometimes they'll write it in 4 or 5 days, and you can see the result. But she and I used to spend 6 weeks. We spent 2.5 weeks just on the plot. We didn't write a word of dialogue. When we got the plot right, we started to write the dialogue. And that means there's so much in them. We used to do 140 pages in a half-hour program, and the average number of pages was 65. So for every page in an ordinary sitcom, in the same time, we would do 2 pages.
Would you film it and then edit it? Or
no,
would you just keep on
taped it
editing?
in front of an audience. We had 4 cameras. We didn't, like in America, they have 4 or 5 different film cameras. They all film the whole thing, then you can take this. But we didn't do that. We just had 4 cameras. And then at the end of it, we were able to edit it. But we used to spend 20 hours editing each show, just shaving off tiny little things. And there might be 2 lines here that didn't work, so you snip them out. And by doing that, you get a speed, you get a rhythm, rhythm.
And it was very, very pacey. I mean, the character of Basil Fawlty, I've heard you talk about it before, and I've read a lot of what you said, that he's, in many respects, he's somebody who wants to do the right thing and is scared of getting it wrong, and it just always runs away.
Most of his bad behaviour is coming out of fear. But fear of Sybil, normally, but sometimes fear of a hotel inspector or fear of a very important guest who he's got to impress. But if he was just gratuitously rude and nasty all the time, it wouldn't be funny. But the audience knows that fear's coming out.
Yeah, they kind of want him to win, even though...
Yes, you want him to win, although he's actually awful. He's a really awful man.
But he was based, which I didn't realise.
Yeah, he was
based on a real person.
Actual guy who ran Gleneagles Hotel in Torquay, and the Pythons went and stayed there. And they left after 2 days because it was so terrible. But I stayed on, so did Eric, and so luckily did Connie. And we stayed there for the whole week and just watched him. And when I wrote the series, because I went back later to Connie 3 years later, I said to her, what are we going to do? Within 20 minutes, we said, we'll do the hotel. And we...